1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hedding here, coming to you today with the classic old gospel song, Just a Closer Walk with Thee, in the key of G. I really love these old gospel melodies. They're a great way to learn how to play the guitar. They're a great way to learn the fretboard and learn how to spice up a basic melody. And that's what we're going to do for this lesson. I've got two solos. The first one is just going to play the absolute basic melody kind of in a lower register so we get the notes under our fingers and hear how the melody sounds. And for the second solo, we're going to bring it up another octave, add some more up and down alternate picking, add some hammer-ons, just kind of some basic bluegrass ornaments to spice it up a little bit. I'm going to break down both solos note for note and also show you a bunch of backup stuff I would do for this song. So this song has a couple more chords. We're going to need to know D7, G7, C sharp diminished. So we'll have some really great chords to learn, and I'll break all those down and show you how to do a basic strumming pattern in the backup section of this lesson. And if you're watching the preview of this lesson, you can head over to my website, MikeHeddingMusic.com, and grab the full lesson. You'll get access to watch all the videos, and you can download the tabs and the practice tracks. Alright, here's Just a Closer Walk with Thee in the key of G. Alright, let's start breaking down this Just a Closer Walk with Thee lesson in the key of G. For the first solo, we're going to work on just playing the basic melody kind of in a lower register just to get the notes under your fingers. And then for the second solo, we'll look at bringing it up another octave and kind of adding some more basic bluegrass ornaments. We're going to add some alternate picking. We're going to add some cross picking, just some kind of basic things. So let's play the first 8 measures of the basic melody, and then we'll start breaking it down. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, let's do that a few times. 1, 2, ready, go. So let's start breaking it down. Probably the hardest thing about this basic melody is just the space. So there's some pretty good pauses that you can hear. You heard it, you maybe might have even heard me kind of counting along. And that's probably, I would say, the hardest part about this basic melody is just getting the counting down. And it'll be some good counting practice for you. Okay? So there's not going to be a pickup for the basic melody. So for measure 1, we're going to start on the open D string, and we're going to play a dotted half note. So a half note would normally be 2 beats, half of 4 beats in a measure, so 2. But a dotted half note is 1.5 times the normal amount. So 2 plus half of 2 is 1, so 3 total. So that's where you get a dotted half note is 3 beats. So it's 1.5 times the normal half note. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to play like a little chromatic line. We're going to put our first finger on the first fret, play that note. That's on beat 4. And then I use my second finger on the second fret of the D string, and this is measure 2. And then I quick move my first finger down to the second fret of the A string, and then back to the open D, and then fourth fret with your third finger on the A string, and then second finger on the 3rd fret. So you have. So let's practice that a few times. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you could use whatever fingers you want, really. I like. That's what feels comfortable to me, but you could probably play that. You could play it all with one finger if you wanted to, but I'd maybe try the recommended fingerings that I used. So remember, we have a dotted half note, 1, 2, 3, and then we play on beat 4, and then we're going to do 4 quarter notes in a row. We're using all downstrokes for this basic melody. The other thing I like to do there is kind of cut that note off, so you have. The other thing you could do is maybe slide your 3rd finger down if you wanted to, and kind of add some flavor there. But I would just play that with your 2nd finger. You could try it. Try either though. Okay, so one more time. So it's very kind of, it's a chromatic. So chromatic means you're just going up half steps at a time. So there's a lot of half steps in this melody. And then that's the beginning of measure 3. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to count a full measure and basically let that note ring out. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. So that's where you have to be really careful that you count it carefully, and you don't just let that note kind of hang out indefinitely, or so keep counting in your head. The other thing you could do is kind of keep your right hand moving. So I could do something like this. So I'm kind of playing on the offbeat. So it'd be like 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can kind of just, I'm not obviously not hitting the strings there, but you could kind of just use that as like a timekeeper. If you really need to, you could kind of lightly play that note to kind of help you keep the time. But again, I would do it with basically not hitting the strings. So take your right hand off and just keep the time there. One more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Now we're on the next line up. So then you're going to reach your 1st finger up to the 2nd fret of the D string. So we're jumping a string. We're skipping the D string, go up to the 2nd fret and play that note, another dotted half note, and then open 3rd string G string on beat 4, down to the 4th fret of the D string with your 3rd finger, open D, 2nd fret on the D, open G string, and then a quick little down up. Put your 1st finger back on the 2nd fret of the D string and do down on the G, up on the 2nd fret of the D string. So we're going to a lower string, but we're still doing an up, and then open. So we have. I'll do it even slower. So 1, 2, 3. To take this note off briefly, so you have. So right here, I like to take it off. Just so you could leave it down, but it kind of gives these weird overtones. You hear that? So I like to take that note off quickly, even though we're going right back to it. So you have. We could even practice that one little part. And how do you count that? That's 1 and 2. And then that's a dotted half note. So you have 1 and 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to ring out for 7 beats, right? So 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's play those first 8 measures. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. on connecting your tones, you know. Really let that ring out. You can vibrato a little bit if you need to. Don't pick your fingers up if you don't need to. Okay? So let that ring out. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4.